Ever found yourself putting off tasks you know you should be doing, only to end up feeling stressed and overwhelmed later on? This, my friends, is the age-old nemesis of productivity: procrastination. It's the art of delaying or postponing tasks, often leading us down a rabbit hole of stress, guilt, and missed deadlines. It's like being trapped in a revolving door, knowing you need to step out, but always pushing it just one more round. Procrastination is not a rare phenomenon. It's a universal predicament affecting people from all walks of life. Students, professionals, artists, entrepreneurs, no one is immune. In fact, studies indicate that around 20% of adults and 50% of students admit to being regular procrastinators. That's a significant chunk of the population wrestling with this productivity monster. But why do we procrastinate? It's not because we're lazy or lack ambition. Often it's due to feelings of overwhelm, fear of failure, or perfectionism. We might dread a task because it seems too large, too complex, or too daunting. Or we fear that our efforts won't be good enough, so we keep putting it off, waiting for the perfect moment. This continuous cycle of delay and stress can take toll on our mental health, productivity, and overall quality of life. It can make us feel stuck, unable to move forward and achieve our goals. It's like being a hamster on a wheel, running frantically, but not getting anywhere. But here's the silver lining. Procrastination is not a life sentence. It's a habit, a pattern of behavior that can be unlearned and replaced with more productive strategies. It's not about having an ironclad willpower or being a productivity robot. It's about understanding why we procrastinate and equipping ourselves with the right tools to navigate around it. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Procrastination is a widespread issue, but the good news is it's not unbeatable. So, buckle up, because we are about to delve deeper into the world of procrastination and explore practical strategies to beat it for good. The first step in overcoming procrastination is recognizing when and why you're doing it. This is where the power of self-awareness comes into play. It's like being a detective of your own mind, observing your behaviors and understanding your triggers. Procrastination often disguises itself in various forms. It could be the sudden urge to clean your house when you're supposed to be working on a report. It could be the endless scrolling on social media when you have a looming deadline. Or it might be the habit of saying, "I'll do it later," more often than you'd like to admit. Recognizing these signs is crucial, but equally important is understanding the triggers. Is it the fear of failure or the overwhelming feeling of a large task? Maybe it's the lack of interest or the absence of a clear goal. Once you understand these patterns and triggers, you're one step closer to breaking free from the chains of procrastination. Once you recognize your procrastination habits, you can start to take steps to change them. One effective strategy to beat procrastination is breaking down your tasks. Picture this. You have a daunting task ahead, and it seems like a mountain that's too steep to climb. This is often the root cause of procrastination. The task seems so vast and intimidating that we end up avoiding it altogether. But there's a solution to this. It's simpler than you might think. Imagine, instead of looking at the mountain as a whole, you focus on one small section at a time. Suddenly, it doesn't seem quite as impossible anymore, right? That's the concept of breaking down tasks. Let's take a practical example. Suppose you have to write a report for work or school. Instead of thinking it as writing a report, break it down into smaller tasks. First, you might brainstorm ideas. Then you could outline the report. After that, you could write a first draft, then revise it, and finally, proofread and submit it. Each of these is a small, manageable task that doesn't seem so daunting. Or consider a household chore like cleaning your house. Rather than thinking of it as cleaning the house, break it down into cleaning one room at a time. You could start with the kitchen, then move on to the living room, and so on. Each small task becomes a victory, a step forward, making the overall task less overwhelming. The beauty of this method is that it can be applied to virtually any task, no matter how big or small. It's all about changing your perspective and taking things one step at a time. Breaking tasks down also helps you see the progress. Each small task you complete brings you closer to your goal, offering a sense of achievement and motivating you to keep going. So the next time you're faced with a daunting task, don't let it intimidate you. Break it down into smaller parts. Tackle each one at a time and watch as the mountain before you turns into a series of small, conquerable hills. By breaking tasks down, you can make them less overwhelming and more manageable, reducing the urge to procrastinate. Once you've broken down your tasks, the next step is to prioritize them. Now, you might wonder why prioritizing tasks is such a crucial step in overcoming procrastination. Well, the answer is quite simple. When we have a myriad of tasks before us, it can be overwhelming. The sheer volume of work can lead to anxiety, and we often end up procrastinating. But when we prioritize our tasks, we obtain a clear roadmap. We know exactly what needs to be done and when. Prioritizing tasks is not just about completing them based on their due dates. It's about understanding the importance and urgency of each task. And for this, we can use various productivity methods. One such highly effective tool is the Eisenhower box, named after the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. He once said, "What is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important." This principle is the foundation of the Eisenhower box. So how does this box work? Well, it's a simple 4-quadrant box that helps you decide and prioritize tasks by urgency and importance. The first quadrant is for tasks that are both important and urgent. These are the tasks that you do immediately. The second quadrant is for tasks that are important but not urgent. You schedule these tasks. The third quadrant is for tasks that are urgent but not important. These tasks you can delegate. And finally, the fourth quadrant is for tasks that are neither important nor urgent. These are the tasks you eliminate. By using this method, you can effectively categorize your tasks, focus on what truly matters, and prevent unnecessary stress. It's a practical and straightforward approach that can significantly improve your productivity. So remember, it's not about being busy, it's about being productive. And being productive means focusing on tasks that drive us towards our goals, not just those that demand our immediate attention. Prioritizing your tasks can help you focus on what's truly important, making it easier to start and less likely to put things off. Now that you've broken down and prioritized your tasks, it's time to manage your time effectively. Let's dive into some proven time management techniques that can help you overcome procrastination and boost your productivity. First off, we have the Pomodoro technique, developed in the late 80s by Francesco Cirillo. This technique uses a timer to break work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes, separated by short breaks. This trains your brain to focus for short periods and helps you keep on top of your deadlines or constantly refilling inboxes. Next, we have time blocking. This technique involves dividing your day into blocks of time, each dedicated to accomplishing a specific task or set of tasks. By focusing on one task at a time, you can reduce the mental load of multitasking and make meaningful progress. Now, let's talk about productivity tools. In the digital era, there are numerous apps and tools designed to help manage time more effectively. From task management tools to distraction blockers, these tools can assist in creating a more efficient workflow. Remember, these techniques are not one size fits all. It's crucial to experiment and find out which technique or combination of techniques works best for you. Moreover, while implementing these techniques, it's important to be mindful of potential time wasters. These could be unnecessary meetings, excessive perfectionism, or even social media. By identifying and eliminating these time wasters, you can further enhance your productivity. Finally, don't forget to schedule in downtime. Rest and relaxation are just as important as work. They allow your brain to recharge and can lead to increased productivity when you return to your tasks. Effective time management involves a blend of different techniques and tools, coupled with a keen awareness of potential time wasters and the importance of rest. With effective time management, you can create a structure that minimizes procrastination and maximizes productivity. The final step in overcoming procrastination is maintaining your momentum. The journey towards productivity is akin to pushing a boulder up a hill. The hardest part is getting it moving, but once you have it rolling, the key is to keep it going. The same is true for overcoming procrastination. Consistency is your best friend here. By setting achievable goals, you create a pattern that your brain begins to expect and follow. Each completed task acts as a stepping stone, building up your momentum. But don't forget to reward yourself. Rewards provide positive reinforcement, motivating you to keep going. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Lastly, maintain a positive mindset. Embrace the journey, learn from your setbacks, and always keep an eye on your progress. Let your past victories inspire your future efforts. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a journey, not a destination. Keep the momentum going, and you'll find it easier to stay productive and avoid falling back into old habits. Overcoming procrastination is all about taking control of your time and tasks. Remember the key points. Acknowledge when you're procrastinating. Break your tasks into manageable chunks. Prioritize them effectively, and apply time management techniques that work for you. Keep the momentum going once you've started. With these steps, you can conquer procrastination and take back control of your productivity. You have the power to change your habits and become a more effective and efficient version of yourself. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video today. If you found our content helpful, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe.